Hey guys, I'm RozaldVaneGAME, and welcome back to another episode of Call of Cthulhu. We're no longer in the dark. Last episode I was in the dark. That's because I recorded pretty deep into the evening time without the light on. So that was my fault to begin with. I should have turned on the light before I started. But anyways, we're not in the dark. We're in the next further day ahead. Last episode we were basically like stealthing around the mental hospital. I don't know why I'm saying it, because I was combining hospital and institute in my mind, and I just said weird words together. So that's why I said hospitute, and I was like, what is it in my head? Mental institute. We're in the mental institute, mental hospital, whatever it is in general, and we are here to try to get a distraction going so we can get to the top floor and meet up with the lady who is trying to help us out. We just ended up in this weird ass place. I don't think the guy should return to his post anymore. We did give sleeping pills to a crazy lunatic guy. I don't know to what degree it matters if I had sleeping pills or not, but I'm guessing sleeping pills is to get me out of my hallucination, I think, or whatever it is. But I'm not too entirely sure what it is, because I do have another sleeping pills in my pocket, ready to go, but it's just not making any sense to me for why it matters to do a thing. But
all the levers are activated.
Oh, what is this? Oh, a closet. Wait, what's the point of the closet in here then? Is it to hide against whatever enemies that might show up later, or the guards that might show up later? Alright, let's see if he's still at the door. Or if that one guy is like distracting him long enough that I don't need to worry about it. Wait, what? Oh no, don't tell me the other guard is actually moving now. Okay, I don't know, that's the problem. There's light moving. Oh, goodness gracious. So he starts moving. No? I see a light over there. I'm not sure what it is. Oh, there's a guard who's... Oh no, that's the guard inside. Not sure how they see me from the inside, but I guess that's what it is. Alright, so we need to turn on the power in here to start distracting a bunch of the guards here, it seems. That's what the idea was. So
that should draw the attention of the guards. I should hide. Damn it. What's going on?
Alright, there we go. Yeah, I see the guard coming in, and I'm not having a good time while hiding in here. Why did I choose to hide here? Why? Oh no, we're gonna get freaking attacked by the... Okay, there we go. Oh goodness gracious. How do we know if they're ready to leave or something? Oh goodness gracious. Nope, you didn't see me. I just like if they see me from... If I can see them, they can see me. Kind of weird angle. Yeah, I gotta see where their heads are at, because I can't tell where they're looking. Oh goodness gracious, is he just gonna... So is it that they've stopped patrolling a certain part of the area, I guess? Out of this madness? Yeah, it looks like they do probably stop patrolling a particular part of the... Yeah, it just looks like they stopped patrolling a particular part of the area, but... Oh, it looks like the two guys are no longer there. Okay. Alright. Now, what do we do from here? Oh, is this the way out? Or forward, rather? Close the door behind you, buddy. Pierce, you cloud to close the door behind you.
Doctor.
Francis.
Is that you?
Don't you worry about the doctor. Right now, he'll have plenty to keep him busy with his precious machine. It gives us time to get away. I'll undo you.
Get away? Get away where? I can't go anywhere. It'll find me, like it found me here. You're mistaken about the beast. Don't stay with me, or you'll end up the same way.
Well, I mean, I got no other choice. Oh, I don't have medical levels for it. Unlock to answer.
You're Sanders, aren't you? I heard you from my cell. What did they do to you? What does Fuller want with you?
The doctor? You think it's the doctor who scares me? The doctor wants to heal me. But he's the one who's crazy. He wants to restore my sight.
What?
He wants to give me back my eyes.
Not right.
And yet I told him that I didn't want him. I do not want to see it anymore. The real culprit is Sarah. Her and her accursed paintings.
You're kidding me. You're talking about Sarah Hawkins.
The one and only. The legendary. There is no artist more enlightened or cursed than Sarah Hawkins.
Okay. Oh, this is a thing. It was Sarah who invoked the curse?
In her office, I saw signs of a ritual, perhaps an invocation. These things, that's what makes you say she's cursed.
You're wrong. It was not an invocation, but a revocation. But she failed. And that's what counts.
What's going on this island?
I'm so sorry. We should never have met.
What are you talking about?
Destiny! It has trapped you. Don't let it see you, or you won't be able to escape it. Don't look at it. That's how it finds you.
What finds me?
Sarah Hawkins' visitor. The Shambler.
Shambler.
Sanders, pull yourself together.
Without her,
Oh,
it's no longer possible
the
to save
aficionado of horror achievement unlocked. Aficionado of horror achievement unlocked. Honestly, yeah, this guy's gonna die.
No!
Yeah, he's dead.
Sanders!
He's dead. Get out. Pierce, get out while you can. What the hell? That didn't look brutal.
What the hell?
It looks kind of weird and quirky. Oh, they just bent his leg out of shape.
Oh, God.
Oh, he's dead.
I gotta...
Gotta go upstairs, I guess.
This is insane. What killed him?
Alright. Yeah, we need to get out of here in terms of, like, going upstairs. But I'm kind of wondering if we could... Sorry, I'm trying to hear if we have something. I want to see if there's anything we can get in here before we leave. But... from the looks of it, that's pretty much it. Like, they do want us to just leave in general and move on to the next thing. But for me personally, when it comes to these kind of things where I'm just like, I want to check to see if there's any hidden somethings that I might have missed, or that I might miss if I'm not careful. It seems to be the case with whatever. So far, I'm not really sure why that scene... I don't know, I guess maybe my head is like, how does this really make any sense to be a part of this scene we're seeing now? When it doesn't really make any sense to me at the moment. My bad. Oh no, the gas is probably affecting me a lot. Which way do we go? Is this locked? It's locked, okay. Yeah, that goes back downstairs, I think. Locked as well. Okay, so we're going this way. The only way.
Damn!
The gas.
The gas!
Oof.
Oh. My head.
Later. We need to move on.
Oh, just randomly finds me on the staircase. Hawkins' mansion. Pierce woke up in an asylum Installed in the cellars of the Riverside Institute, he met Dr. Colden, a female friend of Bradley, who helped him to escape, wandering through the corridors of this place where Dr. Fuller reigns supreme. Pierce was able to talk to a man called Francis Sanders before dying in full view of the detective. He accused Sarah Hawkins of being the cause of his torments. Pierce finally left the accursed building, accompanied by Bradley and Colden. The companions in misfortune decides to use the Hawkins mansion as a hideout. Okay, weird. Back to this weird nightmare, of course, as well. It's like a squid octopus thing. The eyeballs look hazy. Hazy.
Who goes there?
No one.
That nightmare again. I need a drink.
I need a drink. Grave accusation? Come on, really? At least make it a little bit louder than, like, whatever it was, because they didn't really give me a chance to hear what they were saying. I had to read through what they were saying. Okay, so we got 4 CPs. Wow. Okay. Man, a part of me wants to do this at, like, go full on into investigation or psychology. Jeez, this is gonna be really difficult for me. Okay, what is this? Macabre discovery. Pause and read this, of course. I'm not going to read it through. It's just too much work for me at the moment. The death of Francis Sanders. So it ends on carried. Yeah, my mouse cursor is here. So it ends on carried right here. And then it says sanity is shaken. So I'm wondering if we will unlock a lot more sanity problems in the future, but we're not too sure. So Francis is dead now, and he was the art dealer. Oh, right. It's the dealer that helped Sarah get her arts out into the world. Now he's dead, and he's blind as hell now. So it makes sense that he's blind because he didn't want to see her paintings anymore because they were cursed in a sense. So that makes total sense in a weird way. I don't know. I feel like the whole flow of the story is just very muddled and confusing a little bit for me personally, because I just feel like, although not only that, like I felt the asylum was just so small. Like why make that a whole complete level and not make me go through the whole place to finally get to Colden myself and hole up in the office or something. But yeah, I don't know. It just didn't feel like the levels were that big, and they just felt very incomplete in a weird way.
You're awake, Mr. Pierce. How do you feel?
Did I sleep long?
The day is only starting. It's fine.
So it's the following day of after that asylum, the night at the asylum, I'm guessing.
No. I want to know what Bradley and Dr. Colden have to say about all this.
Oh, I can drink again. I'm going to avoid drinking for once. I did drink the last time around, but I'm wondering, like, does it matter if I drink all of them, like, once, I guess? I don't have to drink consistently, but you know what? Since I'm here already, I drank, like, literally every step of the way at least once. Have a drink. It's going to affect my story. I know. It will affect my destiny. I get it. That's it. That's it. Yeah, you can keep drinking, but I'm not going to drink again. I only drink once every time. When they do that, I'm just like, you know what? Screw this. Since there might be an achievement for drinking every step of the way, I'm just like, screw it. I'll just drink right now so I can just get it over with and see where things go from here with that particular thing. Alright, let me check this upstairs. I didn't really get to check upstairs here yet.
No. I want to know what Bradley and Dr. Colden have to say about all this.
I wouldn't be surprised if it ends... once the conversation is over, we just go back to like a bigger part of the map again, because I feel like this game is so linear, and that like it feels kind of linear, but the choices of narrative choices that we get to like the things we get to say basically dictates where we go next or what happens next. So it's kind of like a weird glorified like narrative decision tree versus a level by level basis kind of thing as well. I don't know. It's just kind of funky to me a little bit, but I mean it's what it is, I guess. I mean because the game doesn't have any combat, so there's no sense to have anything relatively crazy going on. The stealth section kind of felt very annoying a little bit because it's like, why did we have stealth out of nowhere about these things? And I'm just like, sorry, I'm looking at time. But I don't know. I just feel like the stealth section was very out of place and was very much like short in a sense. But I feel like this game will probably finish really quickly considering how short some of the things could be. Also, I'm seeing a little bit... Oh, no, it's not. Is it? I don't know. Her shirt was, like, flickering a little bit when I was, like, not looking at her. Sorry, oh, it kind of is. I think it's a shadow thing. Yeah, it's a shadow problem. Yeah. Like, it's drawing the shadow and not drawing the shadow at the same time.
How's our fugitive? Dr. Fuller hasn't reported your disappearance to the force, but that'll come soon.
Yeah, sure.
Bradley?
Who else would it be?
Mr. Pierce, are you all right? You look like you saw a ghost.
There are things I can't explain.
Tell us. What happened?
Wait, what does this say? Oh, I don't have a professional... Really? Let me talk to Bradley first. You should be dead. Yeah, how the hell is medical... Maybe I don't have enough medical sense or knowledge, and so maybe we didn't really know if he was dead, really, which makes it even funnier for me, because if we didn't have enough medical invested, you would have been like, he's dead.
What I'm sure of now is that the Hawkins case isn't just an accident.
And what brings you to that conclusion?
The fact that Charles Hawkins survived the fire.
I don't understand. Mr. Hawkins was buried.
That's what he would have you believe.
I have a hard time believing you.
You were there, Bradley. You even opened fire on him.
I'd remember that.
Why would he fake his own death? Do you think he covered up his wife's murder?
That's possible.
It seems hard to swallow. Don't you have anything more concrete, Pierce?
How about the doctrine? Yeah. Wait. Oh, this is a brain.
Seems you two know each other pretty well.
It's a tiny island. Everyone knows everyone. Especially since I'm a police officer and Marie's a doctor.
The chemistry is obvious.
Oh?
I do seem a little bit stupid, don't I?
Yes.
Anyway, let's get back to the business at hand.
Interesting. So that's actually a thing that you can do. Yeah, because my psychology is pretty good, so... Yeah, my psychology stat basically helps me decipher the fact that these two have a thing for each other.
Bradley, what do you remember?
I don't understand your question.
The night we went into the Hawkins mansion. You don't seem to remember the tunnels and what occurred there.
No memory of going down any tunnel. No, we were in the manor, then,
Then what?
The rest is quite blurry.
Oh.
I don't recall how I came back home.
And then?
I went to visit you at the hospital and called on Marie's help to get you released.
And you don't remember the events of the tunnel?
I don't. Let's talk about something else.
Okay, so he basically... So Bradley basically was, quote-unquote, dead, but isn't dead. So he might have been knocked out, potentially, because Pierce doesn't have the medicine stat, so it really didn't matter to us anyways. So if that's the case, then that means we don't know if Bradley did truly die or not at that point. But on top of that, we could also say the fact that we could also say the fact that he himself probably got erased on the memory because the Cthulhu or the cultists probably picked up his body and dropped him back home, but wiped his memory with their abilities, I guess. They might have an ability to do memory wiping.
Dr. Fuller seems to be leaving a trail of corpses. Not to mention those strange machines, chains, and tools of all kinds.
Yeah, torture.
Yes. I've been telling you that Fuller uses his patients as guinea pigs.
What I saw was more akin to torture than medicine.
Do you even hear what you're saying?
Yes.
Dr. Fuller is highly respected.
No.
It's the truth, Ethan. And I'll prove it to you. I'm listening, Mr. Pierce.
Okay. Oh, the investigation expert is there, too.
Given the energy he pours into Riverside, I presume it was Fuller's creation.
His father's, to be correct. He was a surgeon on board the Scylla. He founded the hospital in 1904 with funds from the Hawkins family before he died and his son Thomas Fuller took over.
Two families inextricably linked.
Most island families are that way. Captain Fitzroy's father was also a seaman aboard the Scylla.
Powerful families dominating everything.
Yes, and as you could tell, Dr. Fuller is like some crazed emperor.
He wouldn't be happy if he knew we were snooping around.
I know the risks. I don't fear him. Do you wish to know anything else?
Interesting. Okay. Committed?
I found a file bearing Sarah Hawkins' name in the Institute's basement.
It makes sense. A powerful family like the Hawkins had the means to hide such a disgrace.
But everyone knows the Fullers have been taking care of the Hawkins for at least a generation. And all were aware of Mrs. Hawkins' fragility.
Perhaps, but no one would allow a psychiatric internment.
From what I read in the file, Fuller used her as a subject of his experiments.
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins, subjects of Dr. Fuller. Why those two?
I'm not sure. Maybe the cultists wanted to do that to just make them kind of like associated or brainwash her into doing the cultists' bidding, maybe?
I have flashbacks. They haunt me.
What did they do to you?
There was that Dr. Fuller and a nurse. Blood everywhere. My legs, the pain, I couldn't bear it. I was screaming. They injected me with something. I woke up at the Institute. Bradley was there.
And how you scared us. You seemed demented.
Ugh, come
You
on,
likely
really?
woke up during the anesthesia. No wonder those memories haunt you. What in God's name were they doing to you?
What happened afterwards?
When I woke up the second time, I was in a padded cell. That's where you found me, Doctor. After you released me, I got a good look at what's in store for the patients of the Riverside Institute. Hallucinogenic gas pumped into the cells. An infernal machine. Horrific medical experiments.
Impossible. Dr. Fuller would never do such a thing.
You should believe it, Ethan. What Mr. Pierce saw is precisely what I've been trying to prove. Did you discover anything else?
It's kind of weird how Bradley's even in this conversation. I feel like Bradley's not contributing to this conversation. He's just saying things to just move. I don't know, like Bradley's writing is like sounding like he just kind of moves the conversation forward in a slight way, but also kind of it's like taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back kind of feeling with his conversation, with his added conversation to this. It doesn't really like help the conversation much.
I met a Francis Sanders. Do you know him?
Of course, he's a patient. Or was. I haven't seen him since Dr. Fuller had him transferred to the basement.
He knew Sarah Hawkins. And that's what killed him.
What? How did he die?
I'm not sure I can explain it.
Tell me how Mr. Sanders died.
Oh, really? We have to talk about... He called him the Shambler.
I didn't see what, but something was there with us.
Of what do you speak?
Sanders said it was Sarah Hawkins' visitor. He spoke of it like a living being.
Sarah Hawkins? Have I missed something here?
Yes, and you will
This
never
makes
get it.
no sense. I don't see how it can help crack the Hawkins case.
You really think she's involved? How could she have murdered Mr. Sanders?
Francis Sanders mentioned Mrs. Hawkins just before dying. It's no coincidence.
You know, Francis Sanders was a well-known art collector. I guess you can still pay a visit to his wife, Irene Sanders.
Oh.
An art collector, you say? That's probably how they met.
If you plan on having dinner at the Sanders household, please spare the widow the tale of her late husband's suffering.
I don't agree. She deserves the truth.
But that truth may be biased. We don't know the bottom of it.
My brain is like, what is this conversation doing? Why is it so disjointed? Because the tone shifts from like this sort of growing insanity of Pierce trying to convince these two that there's something going on with this sort of shambler ghoul ghost beast thing, and then suddenly it's like shifted to, oh yeah, we had to visit his wife. Wait, art collector? It's like art dealer? It's like, what are you talking about? Didn't you remember this? We literally picked up a note saying about the art dealer thing like a few episodes ago. In this very manner, we had that note that talked about how Francis picked up a bunch of art and sold it for Sarah. So I'm just kind of confused how Pierce just randomly forgot all about it. Alright, anyways, let's stay prudent, better confront the truth. Yeah.
He's right. We can't ignore the truth.
But it could drive her mad.
Better madness than ignorance. Very well. I'll go to see Francis's widow. Perhaps I'll find a link between her husband's death and Sarah Hawkins.
Don't end up in the hospital this time.
I'll do my best.
I see. So we made a choice to meet with Francis's wife, basically. Interesting. I mean, I do want to actually meet with the wife. I do think that that's the only way to know. Oh, we have to leave this way? Okay. I didn't know we had to hold and then leave. Sanders' residence. Pierce, Colden, and Bradley decided to team up to solve the Sarah Hawkins case. They have a new trail to follow. Francis Sanders, an art collector and a friend of the painter, who died right in front of Pierce. The detective goes to his house in order to speak to his widow about the shambler. That the unfortunate man mentioned before he died. This is so weird.
What can I do for you, sir?
Mrs. Sanders, I'm a private detective. We must talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins. Can I come in?
You may.
Why does she seem so...
However, before we go any further, please know that my husband died yesterday.
Oh.
That is precisely what brings me here.
Who's this lady?
Well,
Oh.
well, look who's here.
This lady again.
You know each other.
Our paths crossed, briefly. The brave detective has a talent for sticking his nose into my business.
I bump into her every time I'm investigating someone's death.
It's a small island, detective. My island.
Uh-huh.
It's better that it's you bumping into me.
You're investigating Francis' death. Why? Who hired you?
I spoke to Francis before he died. His story suggests a link to a case I'm working on.
Well, since this business has got nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office, Irene. We'll carry on later.
Wait, what?
Very well, Miss Baker.
Why can't I go to his office?
This way, Mr. Pierce. And do make yourself comfortable. It would seem that you have much to tell me.
Yeah? Why can't we go to his office with her so we can see what evidence we can find about the husband?
May I inquire as to when you had the opportunity to talk to my husband?
Yesterday, I met him at the hospital. He spoke to me about Sarah Hawkins.
Oh, of course he spoke to you about her. That's all he talked about. Sarah Hawkins and her paintings. Please forgive my tone. The fact is that I have not been allowed to see him since he was interned.
Oh.
You, on the other hand, a perfect stranger, were able to see him and even talk with him the day he died. How was he? Were you present when he had this attack? What happened?
We have to probably partially lie to her, I think. He died screaming right in before my eyes. I was no longer there when it happened. You're taking it quite well. You must not feel guilty. Wow, really? Pressing... Oh, we can press her with the psychology. Actually, give me a second. Oh, I can pause. Okay. I was thinking maybe if I need to take a stop here for the episode, because this goes on a little longer with the dialogue being here. We can try to... What is pressing E select? Oh, this select. Which one? Yeah, because I see this little keyword. I'm just like selection. What do you mean by E selection? I'm thinking I'm gonna take a stop here to give myself a bit more room to talk to her, to the widow, to Irene a bit more. So I want to give Irene a bit more room to kind of get through, because I don't want to just stop in the mid conversation. I don't know how long this conversation will go for, so I'll stop here for now so that the conversation can run normally without having to be stopped in the middle of the whole thing. And I'll start the next episode at that choice of making the choice, and then we'll go from there and see where it takes us. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode of Infinity Minds, and hope you guys have a great day or weekend or night or whenever watching this. Next episode, we're gonna go ahead and continue talking with Irene, finish up this conversation, and then see if we can find any more clues about Francis in his house. So yeah, other than that, Roz out.